What up, y'all? Tim Z here, back at it again, like you can always expect. Know what I mean? And today, I'm back, actually, just a few hours after I did the first impressions video. And I started thinking about this watch, right? I'm like, man, thinking about that crown guard right there. If you can see, it is rounded right here. It is rounded on a point right here. It's rounded here. It is curved down here. Same on this side. Now, also the satin finishing here. It looks like, something's not flat here. It's like you can see someone polished it too heavy, and yeah, changed the shape of the case. It probably was not manufactured like this, um, but it was done after, it was polished by hand. And I'm like, man, am I being a little too picky, or would that bother you guys? That's a good question. Now, it's kind of hard to show sometimes because of the light, but yeah. And I looked online, and most of them don't have that, right? Yeah, man. And okay, this is the point. If you are used to more expensive watches, little things like this are going to start to bother you, right? This crown guard is the main point. The second part that bothers me is this lug here. Uh, this lug, yeah, it has like a little, it goes into a little dent right there, like right here. And that's the main part that stands out. Then I started looking at the dial, and I'm like, you know, these are the things you can't see in pictures, and you can only see them in person. I was like, okay, the loom is painted on. It's it glows pretty bright. Started looking at the texture of the dial. I'm like, without the loop, of course. So, you know, like, started to look a little bit, reminded me of the Seiko mod watches I did a while back. Nothing wrong with it, but my expectations are too high, I think. But the lug, I feel like, man, maybe if I got the titanium version, it would not have this issue, because the titanium, they probably wouldn't hand finish it, and it would be sharp, you know. But then again, I look at the steel, Shark Diver 38s, 40s, 42s, 45, and they look flat up here, right? And their lugs, especially on the website photos, look perfect pretty much. Yeah, but you know what? Probably still keep this one, because I've looked at this watch for so many years. Like I said, like 15 years. And, you know, my expectations are a little bit too high. And I just gotta feel like, it is what it is. Plus, their customer service, Helson, not that great. I've been reading that it takes sometimes months to get anyone to get back to you. And there's a guy named Stefan that answers back after weeks or months or something. I'm like, man, I don't want to deal with that. And also, some people need parts, and some people saying they're waiting for months for a response, but nothing. And I'm like, man, I hope I don't need parts. One thing is, this bezel insert is sapphire, I believe, and it glows in the dark. I showed that in the video already. Looks cool, but sapphire inserts, watches with those, they sometimes are prone to cracking. So you got to be careful with this. And I much rather have ceramic over here. Maybe even aluminum instead of sapphire, just so it doesn't, crack. Of course, the paint would chip off and stuff, but sapphire. Wait, this is sapphire. Hold up. Yeah, sapphire inserts, they tend to chip sometimes. It really depends on the supplier and who makes this sapphire. Not all sapphires are created equal. And I know they said this is in AR coated on the inside, but when I'm looking at it, I'm like, I handled many watches of AR coatings on the inner side, right, on the inside of the crystal, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe it has some, but if you told me there was none, I'd be like, I probably believe you. If you told me there's some, I'm like, maybe, right? Even when I take it out, like, it doesn't bother me. Like I said, Rolex watches don't have AR coating. They claim there's no AR coating that meets their expectations, but you know what? That's a good way to cut costs too. And also, when they don't have AR coating, when they service their client's watch, there's no AR coating rubbing off and having those little ugly spots all over the place and missing AR coating. Then you got to replace the crystal or make the client purchase a new crystal, which would cost hundreds of bucks from them, obviously. But easier to clean the crystal without worrying about rubbing off the AR coating if you don't have AR coating. When you have AR coating and you clean the crystal, you rub it a little bit too hard or even lightly, AR coating is scratched. Now you got an issue on your hands, and you almost, as a brand, you just hope they don't see that or they don't complain about it, but whatever. All right. You know what? Let's take this wrapper off on the bracelet. Take a look at the bracelet. Okay. It's all satin. There's small dings between the links, they probably hit each other. All right. Yeah, man. Once I look at the lug, the crown guards on the inside, and I see how much cleaner it is here than the flip side. It just reminds me how round and soft these edges are. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be on both sides, right? That'd be way more acceptable. All right. You know, the owner of the company is supposed to be Peter Helson, but I've never seen pictures of him or nothing. Like, I mean, that's why so many people are like, is it a real guy named Peter Helson in Hong Kong? You know, uh, yeah, that was a good question, actually. People question that. Bezel insert, I mean, it's not the best. You're not going to want to sit here and turn this bezel, to be honest. It's a hard bezel. It's very crunchy and kind of hard to turn. It's not satisfying like other dive watches. But it's okay. I don't sit around turning my bezel. We're gonna take a look at that. Kind of hard to see. All right. Some of the screws, like this one here. It's got something in there. What is that? Is that polishing compound? It might be. Let me put on this loop. This is only like a 2.5 power though, so let's see where it is. It's on the other side. Oh no, it's not on the other side. It's on this side. Right there. Let me see if I can see it, but I don't have. Polishing compound. Something like that. I will say that the screws appear to have a satin finish on them. So that means that they put a satin finish like against the wheel while the bracelet was, you know, assembled. All right. Yeah, I don't got really any knocks on the bracelet, to be honest. It's only that those lugs. And it wouldn't bother me so much if the ones I saw online, you know, had the same. But no, on theirs, their lugs look more like these. Now, these aren't 100% like this one right here, but much better than the other side. And I feel like it's probably not worth reaching out to Helson because, first of all, they're not known for responding. They didn't respond to my question about parts availability and stuff that I sent a couple of weeks ago. And also people saying they don't respond and it's non-existent basically. So hopefully I won't need parts for many years and their customer service gets better. But, you know, these kind of things you would not see them on watches that are around $400. This one was $459 after the discount, and you would not see this kind of stuff from a bigger brand, even like $400. You know, Hamilton, Tissot, you know, they got not great finishing. Like they got cheap finishing, like just all high polish or whatever, but they'll be pretty uniform. They have a, you know, some kind of QC department. Now, if Helson had QC, this should fail. If it was a decent, they had decent standards, but maybe they were like, no one's gonna notice that. But you know, there's too many things that are noticeable here to me. But then again, my level of QC is gonna be probably way higher than theirs. Like I said, I already QC'd a lot more expensive Swiss watches than, you know, $400 watches like this. So my QC is going to be way tougher than some brand, micro brands will have theirs. But you know, this would not pass. This would be not a first quality. This would be sell it to your employee for like whatever, like heavily discounted. This case should not pass QC. This case right here should be junked, and that's it. Or sell it to the employee, give it to the employees, whatever. But this should not be sold to a customer, right? No, it shouldn't be. But you know what? I'm just gonna wear it and, you know, get used to it and try not to look at the lug too much. How do you guys feel about this? You know, the lug and stuff. Does it bother you? Would it bother you? You have OCD, whatever. Let me know. You know? Yeah. Like, man, the lug. To be honest, when I saw this case, it's gonna sound terrible, but it reminded me of the Seiko mod watches cases that I would buy from AliExpress, right? For $50 for the case and bracelet. The case, yeah, very similar quality. I mean, finishing to this. You'll see these kind of like wavy lines sometimes, but sometimes not. Sometimes they would be even cleaner than this. These lugs and these guards. The bracelet, though, I'd say bracelet might be better than the $50 one that comes on the $50 case and bracelet set for NH35 Seiko mod watches. I mean, it's a nice buckle, and the ratcheting system, it's nice. Like, that's the positive part. All right, guys, I think I'm done talking about this. I'm not I feel tempted to message them about these lugs. You know what? I think I'm gonna message them. Just curious what they're gonna say about the lugs. Very curious about the lugs. If they don't respond, then I'm like, I guess I won't buy another Helson ever again. This will be a one-time thing. I mean, I did look at Helson for 15 years. Within that time, I became a watchmaker, and yeah. Let's see if they respond. If they do respond, I'll probably make another video talking about this. I'll probably send them this video, but yeah, man, the watch looks pretty decent. It's just these lugs, the lugs and the crown guard. But then again, my QC standards are very high for watches. So guys, what do you guys think? Just let me know. I can't believe I just did another long video. I thought this would be quick, but it's another 20-minute video. If you like this video, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you ever saw Peter Helson or read anything about him. You know, the company that shipped this watch to me. Let me wait. Hold up. I'm gonna bring it up. And bring it up. Where is it? Where is it? I want to tell you guys the company name. Yes. All right. The shipment was from Faithful Sun International Ltd, which stands for limited, I guess. And it came from Unit A2, 11th floor, HK Industrial Center, 489-491 Castle Peak Road, Kowloon, Hong Kong, 220. And yeah, Faithful Sun International. All right, that's all. And yeah. But you know, people sell their freaking fully aftermarket Seiko mod watch for $400. Sometimes some people buy that stuff. I'm like, man, good for them. But me, I'm like, I know you should not pay more than like 200 for that, right? It's just, anyways. I have a Seiko mod watch, a couple videos talking about what I think about them and if they're real or fake. You can check them out. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up, follow me on Instagram, Tim Z USA. Until next time, Tim Z out.